The button has been pushed. Hello and welcome. What's going on, guys? Coming at you live from the dungeon, no matter what this fucking guy says. And if you haven't already, make sure to go check the bonus episodes where you listen to your podcast or on YouTube to find this week's session with North Fork Crossing. Shay, I can't believe it. This is like 2 weeks in a row. I'm here.
I'm alive. You're functional.
You're a real live boy.
Bronchitis is mostly gone, so if you hear something gross, I'm going to apologize for that now. But
that's when he's chewing on what he hacks up.
Yeah.
But you guys, I am so stoked. We were at the Silas Herman show at Cervantes' Other Side.
Accurate.
And these kids came out on stage. I had never heard them, had no fucking clue. And by the second song, I was pointing at this kid going, you should come on my podcast. and now we are here. What's up, gentlemen?
Yeah. We made it to the cave.
I'll fucking kill you, Ryan. You're next to me, so I just get to squeeze you. No, it's totally, it is a cave. Everybody gets confused because you like show up to my house, you're like, wow, this is like a really nice house. And then you open the door to the basement and you realize why it's called the dungeon. And the fucking confetti hanging in the spider webs really is a nice touch. I'm very happy to hear that you guys wrote a song specifically for that confetti break.
That's right.
I mean, he tried to ruin it during the show, and I was like, God damn it, Ryan, that's podcast content. You can't tell everybody. But we're going to get to it. For those of you that don't know, these young men are from Montana, many places. You will hear about it in that session. But I wanted to chat with you guys because you guys have been a band for 5 years, right? You just recently had a new album come out, and I feel like you deserve to talk about it and to talk about a little bit about your story. In the session, you guys said that some of you met at the Montana Fiddle Camp?
Yep, that's right.
Where is that held?
That's in Monarch, Montana. So it's like
okay, for 99.9% of the country that have no idea where Monarch is.
You guys don't know where Monarch is, man?
It's in the middle of absolute nowhere.
Yeah, it's near Great Falls, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old were you guys? And did all of you meet there, or was it just the three of you?
The three of us met there, and we were probably like 15 or something.
Yeah, I think
maybe a little younger.
8th grade, maybe, or 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah, maybe we were a little younger. And then
what about you, Silas? Don't look so confused. It's your story.
I know. I don't know. I'm a couple years older, so I'm his older brother's age. So he was kind of a little kid running around when I was like fiddle camp.
Yeah, Silas was like, "Who's that little rugrat running around?
Who's that little kid riding his unicycle around the camp?"
Yeah. But so then you guys obviously came from a foundation of music if you're going to fiddle camps at a young age, right? So Kate, for you, when did that start? And then who was it? Someone in your family directly, or where did that foundation come from for you to pick up the guitar?
Yeah, man, I grew up in a musical family. It kind of started with my grandpa, and when we were kids, my mom, when we were like 4 or 5, she just asked us, what instrument do you want to play? And then I said guitar, and she put me in guitar lessons.
There was no question. It's like, you're going to play an instrument.
Yeah, it's like you don't have a choice. Just pick which one you want to do. So I picked guitar, and she threw me in classical guitar lessons. And I took those till I graduated high school.
And so then you went as a teenager to fiddle camp. Let's get to you, Rye. So you said 7th or 8th grade. That's really young to start going and playing at camp. So what was the influence for you? What made you pick it up? Was it originally the mandolin, or did you start on the guitar?
The first instrument I played was cello.
Cello?
Yeah, man.
Bonjour.
Anyway, love cello.
I grew up in a family. I have 3 siblings. The 2 older ones were contest fiddle player. So I grew up getting dragged around to fiddle contests. And I cringe at saying this now, but back then I hated bluegrass. And like my dad would be listening to like Alison Krauss CDs, and I'd be like, Dad, got to turn that off. I can't stand it. And my siblings would be practicing, scratching away on their fiddles. And it wasn't until high school I played bass and then guitar. And through like playing guitar in jazz band, I kind of heard about like Tony Rice and was listening to a lot of Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia, and saw the bluegrass influence. Started getting into that. And so then I was like, oh, maybe I can go to this fiddle camp that my siblings grew up going to. And that's when Cade and I met.
That's awesome. And it's also funny because we talk to so many bands that are like, Yeah, I totally quit bluegrass for the teenage years, or like I wanted nothing to do with it. But
It wasn't cool.
But then you get sucked back in. And for me, it's wild because like I went from Hawaii to Minnesota, and I went from like angry Fred Durst to like Jeff Austin Yonder Mountain String Band. And it was fucking insane, but there's something there with it. And like there's that meme where it's like the happy side of the bus and the dark side of the bus, and it's like how bluegrass sounds and then the lyrics of bluegrass, right? And it's like it's super cool. But what do you think it is that pulls us back in? And for Matt and Rab, what pulled you guys into the bluegrass scene?
Well, for me, I got into it when I was pretty young. We had a teacher at my high school, or in my I was in like 3rd grade, and he would play the banjo for the class sometimes. My brothers were starting piano lessons, so I said, I want to do that.
That guy was like, this is better than an open mic. These 30 kids can't leave. I'm playing my banjo.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Was he cool about it, or was he just like, all right, and here's Black Mountain Rag? Like,
No, he was super cool. He's such a laid back guy.
do you still have a connection with him now?
No, I haven't seen him since.
Internet, find this man. What was what was 3rd grade banjo teacher's
His name was
name?
Mike.
God damn it. Nobody calls their teacher by their first name.
Hey, Mike.
did. I
Hey,
went to- that is
Mike, you
crazy.
fucking banjo player, 3rd grade. We're never finding him, Matt. That was cute. Rab, how'd you pick up the bass, bud?
It was in high school. I played trombone in the jazz bands
New lore for me. I didn't
throughout middle school and high school. And
Rab had a huge tromboner.
oh god, yeah.
Dude, what
all
made you
the
pick up the
orchestras
brass,
were-
though? So because that's orchestra, right?
Yeah, it was in middle school. I remember they laid out all of the band instruments in the cafeteria, and you could go around trying every single one of them. It was like ground zero for disease, probably.
Super spreader.
Yeah, I
bunch
bet
of
that
middle
also sounded
schoolers.
great.
Yeah, just walking around. And I think I liked the trombone because if you take it apart, it's like the longest instrument in the band. And I was like, that's awesome. It's just like so simple, you know? Just doing this, you know, kind of whatever.
He was really good at that motion as a teenage boy. It's just locking it in for longer gestures.
And so I got into jazz through some great teachers. And then at my high school in Fort Collins, Pooter High School down there, we only had one bass player, and he graduated. So then the jazz band was kind of boned if they didn't get a bass player. So I was like, sure, I'll pick it up. I'll try it out.
Voluntold into bass. I
Yeah,
fucking love
exactly.
it.
And so, and I think it was like the 10th grade, so I played 3 years of jazz. But I've never had a lesson or a teacher or anything. I just learned through like books. I remember the first.
Wait,
book I
what's a
had.
book? Usually people say YouTube.
Yeah,
You
back
were-
then I
You
had
were
to go to the
literally reading
library.
off a paper and doing it that way?
Yeah, it was called The Walking Basics.
But
Yeah, and I learned that way. And
But hold on,
then-
now I have a question, because a lot of people are like visual learners, right? And learning off of a book compared to watching somebody's video and watching how they play something, was it harder or easier for you to pick it up?
It was a lot easier for me. I love reading. I read so much as a kid, and it was a lot easier for me to dive into a book and develop those techniques for myself than watching somebody and trying to copy what they do. I kind of
So Rab is the fucking band boomer.
That would be Silas.
that would be Silas. Definitely.
Just by age, don't you ageist assholes.
It's a state of mind.
It's a
It's a
state-
state
Call
of
me the
mind.
band grandpa.
We'll have to touch on birding later.
Oh, dude, we
Oh
don't
my
need to touch. We
goodness.
definitely need to talk about that, and especially, dude, the kid. I know you guys all know who I'm talking about. That can do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
oh, yeah.
Fuck it. Let's
Awesome.
just get into this now, okay? Because there's a little bit of tism that needs to happen for like that obsession, like to be so good at it. And if you don't know, just look up Bird Call Kid, and he can literally do 152 different bird calls, like locked in. So then you saw that video, and now you wanted to see the birds that he was calling.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I can't pinpoint how I got into it, but something happened, and I just
He's
love
like, one day I was
birds
just
now.
out there
You
with
got
a
locked
walker
out of your
and
house,
my
right?
Locked
binoculars.
out, and maybe a little hair of the dog or something. And
Yeah, it was a hungover walk. After it was like we got back from tour the next that night, and the next morning I just went on a walk and found myself at a wetland preserve. And then I just can't get enough of it ever since. Yeah,
Casually.
Shit Montana book say for 500, Alex.
There's an account where a guy takes that bird call kid's bird calls and makes guitar riffs out of them.
That's nasty.
Yeah. I'll send it to you.
It is insane. It is insane, just like the capabilities of people. Like, for this asshole to say, "Oh yeah, I just picked up a book and then learned how to play the bass," like that's insane. But so for the Captain Planet, how did you guys all combine? So the three of you had met. You fucking know what I'm talking about. So when did Matt and Rab form? He's talking about Pooter High School, which is our backyard, and like the Mishawaka. You guys are all Montucky. So how did you end up finding each other? You all can say it at the same time, like in
ready?
unison.
3, 2, 1. So we had this party at my house. Wait, I'll start with the Cade and I and Silas, and then we'll
that's where
bring
the story
in the other
starts.
fellas.
Where the story
we'll
starts.
start from the very beginning.
The pick
here.
of destiny. Okay,
Yeah.
pick it up. Let's go.
So I had just graduated high school, and I had destroyed...
Wait, time out. Didn't you assholes meet as teenagers? So you just knew
Okay,
of
so
each
Ryan,
other?
here,
You
let me
knew-
take over, man.
Yeah.
Start at
Ryan fucked it up.
1.
Okay,
2.
Ryan. No. So Ryan and I lost touch because when he came to camp for 2 years, I think, and then I never saw him again because his parents found his vape under his bed and they took his phone away, and I couldn't contact this dude.
I can't remember all the details
Yeah.
of it. We
It's
can
because
ask
of the
Mama
vape. He was
Julie
hitting
another day.
blinkers and
Yeah.
fucking just lost all responsibility.
So I couldn't contact him, and I was bummed because I was like, man, this dude's awesome. And then flash forward, like, I don't know, it was probably like 6 years, maybe?
2021.
2021. So yeah, a handful of years.
The man of
And,
mystery just fucking disappears behind his vape cloud.
Yeah.
And then came back in 2021.
Okay, I was
So-
living in this house in Bozeman, the Flathead house, and it was a little bit of a party house, and we'd throw these parties. And a mutual friend who also went to Fiddle Camp hit me up and was like, "Hey, I just had some friends that moved to Bozeman. You care if they come to the party?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, bring them over." And so Cade shows up, and it took us forever to realize who.
It was like a lost love. Be like, I know him.
Yeah,
from
Ryan came
somewhere.
up to me. He's like,
Yo,
"Hey,
what's
I'm
up, man?"
Ryan. This is my house." And I was like, "Fuck, this guy looks familiar."
I was like, how does this guy with a beard and mustache? I feel like I know him. But anyway, I had just bought my first mandolin because I had like knee surgery and stuff and couldn't ski and mountain bike, the kind of world I was in. And so I got back into bluegrass. The bluegrass bug bit me again, and I wanted to learn the mandolin. And I just bought that like that week. And Cade shows up at a little party at the house, and we ended up picking tunes all night. We were like, dude, we should start a band.
Yeah, and there we go.
And that was it. And then Silas is fucking peeking around the corner being like, what are you little shits
Yeah.
I
doing?
think Rabin
So-
came before Silas.
He was
Yeah, and
third,
then
yeah.
it was
Where were
these
you
two.
fucking hiding? Because you're Pooter High School the last time I talked to you.
I graduated high school and went up to Bozeman for college because it was the cheapest option because CSU and CU are insanely expensive for in-state tuition. Fix that, by the way. So I went up to Montana State University for college.
Go Cats.
And I didn't play music for like 2 years because I didn't own a bass. I only played the school one, so I just stopped playing music for a couple years. And then I went to my first Infamous String Dusters concert at the Elm and was like, fuck, these guys are so sick. And then mutual friend in the crowd was like, man, you got to meet my buddy Cade, because he knew I played the bass, and he said, I think they just started a band. I think they're looking for a bass player, and I think they have a bass. And I was like, no way. This is awesome. And
Whose bass was it?
I bought a
Ryan's.
bass on Facebook Marketplace for $600, and then Rabi and Cade met at the concert. Rabi pulls up to band practice. I don't know if we had a name yet, and I was like, I got a bass for you to play. We jammed. We were like, this is lit. And then he was gonna go home, and I was like, you gonna take the bass? And he was like, I don't know, maybe. How much do you want to sell it for? And I was like, $601.
Capitalism at its finest.
So I've been flipping instruments ever since.
And that's still the bass I play. It turns out it's an awesome bass. I love that thing.
Yeah, Ryan got a steal on that thing.
Yeah.
So did Rabin.
And then
Rabin. Yeah.
And in college, I played ultimate frisbee for the Rum Runners, and
You guys are like a fucking walking metaphor for Montana kids. Jesus Christ.
ultimate frisbee, bluegrass, and that's where I met Hickey. Is because we were teammates.
That's right. Yeah. We go way back.
You look
And I had no idea.
Are you a runner?
He's fast.
He looks fast,
He's
buddy.
so
he
fast.
looks fucking fast.
I used to be.
He still is, but he used to be too.
He's nasty on the 300-meter hurdles.
Oh, Jesus Christ. With a banjo?
Scream, Hickey, scream.
Okay, so you meet him on the ultimate team, right? And then
That's right.
do you know, because he just picked up the bass again after the band was created after a house party. We're like 4 weeks in. This is fucking going really well.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was in my last year of college before I found out. He came. We had a class together, and he told me, "Yeah, I played a little music with a bluegrass band last night. No big deal." And I was like, "I had no idea you did that."
So then where were you fucking hiding?
So I was in a different band in college, pretty casual stuff, and we all graduated at the same time and split up. And so I came into the picture the year after I graduated. That was 2022.
Okay.
And I spent the summer having nobody to play music with. And I was like,
I was so lonely.
He's
Yeah.
just a lonely banjo picker out by the river.
Pretty much, yeah. And so I was like, well, can I come jam with you guys? And we hung out a little bit.
Hickey asked to join the band. He said,
We were
"Can I
like,
please come
You guys are dicks.
join?" Oh man.
We thought he was just a mysterious, really fast-looking guy. And we were like, I don't know.
Those curls are just flowing in the wind as he's fucking running up to beg to get in the band. But who
Thankfully-
came first, fucking Matt or Cy?
Silas did. So
Just a couple months, I think.
Yeah, I was right behind Zach.
yeah, it was pretty quick. So when we started,
So you
it-
guys were rocking as a trio. Were you just playing house parties? Did you have a fourth at the time?
yeah, when we started it, my
Fuck that guy.
sister was our fiddle player.
Oh shit! Oh, good. Fuck me. I'm an asshole. Sorry, sister. I didn't know.
No, it's all good.
That's
Shout out
okay,
Grace.
She's tough.
Yeah, but she, she wanted to do something else with her life, and she saw we were like really committed to it and wanted to see where it'd take us. So
She's
she,
like, go get him, boys.
yeah, so she left, and then that's when I hit up Silas, which I knew from Fiddle Camp.
Similar situation. I was in like a college band at the time, and we were kind of going our separate ways. So it worked out perfectly. I think Cade came to one of our last shows.
Yeah.
And like came up and said hi, and
Silas was
Reconnecting.
sending anonymous
Yeah,
texts
Cade
to
and I.
Grace. Be
Yeah.
like, you deserve better. You should move on. You need to do something else.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, fuck, I can't believe she left you guys. It's terrible. Now I should join.
No, it was perfect. We got Silas for a steal because he plays with every band in Bozeman, and then somehow he just like really liked playing with us and kind of became his thing.
And now you guys are stuck. Okay, so we got to talk about it. What is it? The North Folk Crosslings? How did we come up with the name?
Crotchley.
Crotchley.
Yeah.
Old Crotchley.
Where did that happen?
this was in an ice cream shop here in. And the guy behind the counter like it somehow came up that we were a band. And he's like, so what's the name of your band? And I said, North Fork Crossing. And he went, huh? North Fork Crotchley?
And then he gave Silas the smallest scoop of ice cream I've ever seen.
It was insane. It was so small.
That was a tasting spoon, you guys. That was.
It was called a tiny scoop, and it was about this small.
I thought it would be a little bigger.
That's what she said. Okay, so how did we get to this gig at the ice cream joint, right? So like you guys come together. Now it's 2023 is when you said you ended up joining?
Fall of 22.
Fall of 22. Okay, so was that when you guys, did you start having the first album ready in the can when these other two hooligans joined, or is that something that you ended up doing all together?
First album was all of us. A lot of the songs like Cade had written already, and I had helped with her written. And then Yeah, we kind of just started playing a lot of shows, and then the album
Bar
came
gigs.
after.
Well, yeah, and so let's talk about those type of shows, right? Because, like, for the people that know, and especially in our scene, like, Montana does have a strong bluegrass scene, right? And you guys were in a college town. So do you feel like it worked out for you guys to have so many spots that you could pop in and play and get in front of a lot of people? And obviously, people have to understand those gigs don't pay well, right? So, like, how was it for you guys in the early on? And, like, what made you want to be like, yeah, we're fucking doing this?
I feel like we owe a lot to Matt and Rabi and Max, our manager, who's not here, but their ties to the ultimate frisbee community. Our first gig we ever played was just frisbee wooks, just wall to wall, and it was like the restaurant we played at, this little pizza joint called Red Tractor, and they had like one gal working, one guy in the kitchen, and it was a nightmare for them. It was just juiced. But we realized that we had, like, you know, bluegrass music, it's a lot of energy, and people were getting down. And so after that show, we just booked another one and then kept throwing parties, getting people to come out.
Yeah.
And the word spread.
Do you remember what those early set lists looked like for you guys?
Oh,
Lots of Pretty Daughter.
Yes.
Pretty Daughter first show.
Started almost as a Billy Strings cover band, I'd say.
But
yeah. And then after a while, we were like, man, we got to play some different songs.
But you don't, because you fucking get them all juiced up, right?
Yeah.
And, like, especially with Billy Strings, he put like a hyper focus on the music and gave a lot. And what's beautiful is, like, yes, he wrote his originals, but he plays to the traditional, he plays to jamgrass. I like that you guys are much similar as you've created your own sound and your evolution of you guys as players. You do the same, right? Because you can tap into traditional bluegrass. You can go into some heavy harmonies. You can fucking go and get weird too, or you can rip. So, like, what were some of the influences on you guys as you started playing? Like, okay, we were Billy Strings cover band, and then you're like, well, fuck, now we got to start doing some other shit. Where did you start pulling from? And then who is the one that's writing your guys' originals?
Cade does 85% of the writing. He has written most of our songs
For now.
I think we have a unique, cool sound that we've developed because we do all come from different backgrounds, and Silas played a ton of traditional fiddle music and fiddle tunes and this cool, like, Appalachian sound, and
And let's
Matt.
talk about his fucking voice, because you do not expect that, man. You have this deep, beautiful tone in your singing
Thank you.
that you just don't expect, and it plays really well with the rest of your guys' sound. But, like, so you were saying, sorry, Rebby.
just everybody has different musical backgrounds, and Hickey brings this cool, like, clawhammer banjo style and played with some folk bands, and Ryan was really into, like, the David Grisman type of, like, jazz type of mandolin playing, and I think we all kind of congregated these sounds and backgrounds and developed our own style of jamming and music. And
So then, Cade, for you, how was it for that first album coming together? And did you guys have pieces that were already put together, or did you guys kind of scrape everything for that first album from scratch?
Yeah, we had some that were together. I wrote a couple of those songs, like, back in high school. That's, like, when I got into writing. And then when I finally had people to play them with, I was like, this is awesome. We got to play these. And but it's cool. Like, these guys are great because I love writing and, you know, like, writing, putting the lyrics together and the stories and stuff. But then I bring it to them, and they're good at arranging them. And, like, so it's really a collective effort, most of these songs, because, like, I bring them to them, and they're like, we should throw this in there and this here, and, you know, and then we work on, like, the music piece of it together. So
Well, and then you also have to, because an album is one thing, right? But then you're playing all these live shows. So for you guys, as you were playing these bar gigs, you started off as playing a bunch of covers, and then you start, you get the confidence to play your own originals, right? And then you see like, oh shit, we can control the room the same way with our own music that we can with covers. So then how do you start to balance that? And then what do you feel like helped your guys' growth? Was it the album, or was it just the consistency of playing more shows, just fucking getting out there, grinding? What was it that helped on that trajectory?
I think it was definitely just playing shows. Like, we played a ton of shows before we recorded our first album. Like, it was kind of, we got to a point where we were like, all right, everyone's asking, we need to put some music out there, so let's do it. But before then, we were just playing a lot of shows. So
it also came at a really interesting time in Bozeman, as the Kitchen Dwellers had stopped playing in Bozeman because they were touring nationally, and there was a lot of people in Bozeman looking for good bluegrass and good jamgrass, and
We love you, dipshits.
yeah, and the Lil Smokies, same thing. They had kind of stopped playing around Montana very much, and like our first soundboard was the Dwellers' old soundboard that they sold to us for $20 at a garage sale. Isn't that cute?
That's fucking badass.
those guys really
still
like
have it.
took
And
It was $21 actually.
Demand skyrocketed.
But we just played a ton of shows and started to develop these people that wanted to show up, and our friends finally turned 21 so they could start getting into the bars that we were playing, and we stopped getting yelled at by the people for sneaking.
Yeah.
Well, so then
Was
this
the goal always to record something, or because I know some people have formed a band, they just play at bars because it's fun and they don't have any interest in recording because it's a lot of fucking work
and money.
and it's expensive as hell. Like, was that always the goal, or did you get to the point where you're like, all right, we need to record something so these people will shut up?
You know, I think, everyone kept asking. We were like, we should probably bite the bullet on this. But, yeah, we didn't have any money either. So we were like, how do we do this and, like, make it sound, all right and put it out there?
So how the hell did you do it for the first album?
Our first album was very, very DIY. We kind of got all the songs together. We'd been playing them live a lot. We tried to record once, and we were like, let's keep playing these live a little more. Keep figuring out. We were all learning.
Holding our craft.
And we were also, around that time, we were also starting to get more into, like, listening to the old trad stuff, like where this music comes from. So I think maybe comparing how we were playing to that, we were like, let's just keep tightening this up and see if we can put out a good product, I guess you could say. But originally, the first album, my good buddy Josh Koltenbach, who's kind of a sound guy, wizard, just helped us. We went to our friend's house, and she's got this big open room. We set up some mics. We just recorded it all live, kind of like sitting in a circle almost around the mics, and spent 2 days out there maybe and just tracked all the songs, and then we let him work his magic on it, mixing it, and put it out, made some CDs, sold them, and
When did you start hitting the festival circuit?
we're still trying to. If you book a festival out there and you want some bluegrass, we'll come play your festival.
We're available.
Fork around and find out.
That's right.
Walk around and find
I
out.
don't even remember what our first festival was. You guys know?
What was our
Was it the Cosmic Picnic?
Oh,
God.
It was like
That's
big
so
DIY
cosmic.
festival in
Bro.
Gardner, outside of Yellowstone.
Fuck yeah.
was it who? Our first festival, I think we headlined it.
Rubbing his fucking face.
We didn't know we were going to headline it.
We were the only band that got a sound check, and then and it was pretty much like the only. I don't know. It was great music all day, but it was so hot, and so we played like once the sun went down, and everybody came out of the woodwork, and that was a hoot. But we've just slowly been working our way. Like this summer, we've played quite a few festivals. We got to play like Under the Big Sky Festival last year. So like stepping into the bigger festival scenes. Went to Blue Ox this year. That was awesome. Saw some killer bands and ate cheese curds.
Hell yeah.
It was lit.
Go Pack, go.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you guys, we can't get you guys started on the pack.
They told me we can't talk about Pat.
We're in
Fuck
Broncos country.
them. Fuck them. No, it's okay. Okay, so then you guys DIY'd your first album. Then when did you start going away from home for shows if it wasn't festivals? When you started to be like, all right, fuck, we're going to put all our shit in this car and we're going to drive to where?
I think our first tour was like summer 2023. Is that right?
That's right.
So I asked Matt because he's our like resident bookkeeper over here.
He's the man behind all the emails.
Yeah. But no, we just decided to do it. Like, you know, I think it was 10 days. We went, you know, to Idaho. Yeah, we went through Missoula and then down to Idaho and then back up and then ended in
Pocatello,
Bozeman. Yeah.
McCall.
So we didn't, you know.
But we started getting out of town. We'd go to Missoula, and then we also got to do a couple shows with Laney Lou and the Bird Dogs. That was maybe one of the early ones, like playing in Helena, playing Missoula, and Whitefish. We did stuff with the Little Smokies kind of early on, and the Last Revel. That was one of our first like big shows. We opened for one of the nights of the Last Revel, playing at the Filling Station, classic Bozeman venue. But yeah, some of these bands that had either started in Bozeman or were just growing kind of like, you know, brought us, you know, out on the road for the first time. We got to open for them.
Well, and how important is it to have that slot on a band who has been through it before, right? Because everybody has to. There's very few bands that just get to fucking pop off and then they're there, right? There's like that long, slow grind, and the come up can be longer for other people. But then, like, because of your guys' scene and the names that you guys had in your own backyard, do you feel like that helped you a little bit more?
Oh, it was huge help.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those like 4 bands in particular, Laney Lou and the Bird Dogs, the Last Revel, Lil Smokies, and the Kitchen Dwellers. They like, we owe a lot to those 4 bands. They helped us kind of see how to do the whole thing, and we got in front of some new faces.
Yeah, not only showing us that it is possible to, because man, Montana is isolated. It's a long ways from.
It's 10 hours to everywhere.
Everything.
Yeah,
you drive
for sure.
10 hours and you're still in Montana somehow.
You're not wrong, buddy. You are not wrong.
Never been.
And it's awesome to see that they did it. Like you said, it's a grind. The Last Revel drove across the country countless times and drove their van into the dirt, and you know, it's getting them places, and now they're off and they're flying places and they're big and famous, and
But it's got to be butthole puckering to be like, all right, boys, we're going to fucking drive 1,300 miles for this fucking show. We don't know how many people are showing up, right? Like, there's a big leap of faith in doing that. And being able to have a band kind of bring you on to make that easier. Because now your name drops. You find a bunch of wooks like us in crowd that were there for somebody else, but they're like, wait, who the fuck are these guys, right? So I'm sure that just keeps happening to you, and then it helps you grow. The other huge thing that has been part of your guys' growth has been your social media game, right? And so, like, how much of that was happening early on, or did you realize, fuck, we can get in front of a lot more people than Montana if we just fucking get on our phones?
I feel like, yeah, that was something we realized. It's like, this is the time we're living in, and this is a great tool at our disposal. We should kind of lean into this and see if we can learn how to use this and learn how to use it in a way to get our music in front of ears, you know, and hopefully
And it was
ears that
hacky
like
sack
it.
videos.
Yeah, we
that
love
was
hacking.
the fucking genius answer. It was like hacky sack videos. But it's fucking cool because it shows your guys' personality and like who you are, right? And like, we're fucking idiots, and that's why we connected. And I love it because it's like, no, let's just have fun and share that vibe, right? And then it becomes part of the process, but it's also like a huge burden, right? Because now you're like, fuck, I gotta promote, like, what was the video? You're like, wait, I gotta promote this show. And you fuck, dude, it was fun. I love it. I love it because it's real, but you're also like, no, fuck, I do have to promote this fucking show.
Yeah. This is probably a good time to shout out our manager, Max. He puts in a ton of work.
No,
Max.
time out.
We love you, Max.
Max texts me constantly, right? And then the day of the show, he's like, hey, I'm going to hang out with family. Have a nice time with the guys, though.
He's afraid of caves.
I said, man, you're gonna have FOMO about not being in the dungeon.
It's okay. Max
Yeah.
will come to the cave next time, okay?
You guys should do it one-on-one
Be there
with
tonight,
Max.
though.
You'll get all the real insider info.
That goes on our Patreon. That's $5. We'll see you next month.
For those who don't know, Max Lineberger is our manager, and he came to the band. He was ultimate frisbee.
He was an ultimate frisbee player, and
Wait, before we go on, do you have a fucking frisbee with North Fork Crossing on it?
Oh yeah.
did.
Okay,
Sure, we
thank
do.
you. All right,
We'll
I just
get you
wanted to
one.
make fucking sure.
100%.
I'll shut
We're
the fuck
working
up
on
now.
getting hacky sacks.
It's an Ultra Star too.
Dude, dirt
175
bags?
grade.
You can get a dirt bag with a fucking printed logo on it, boy.
There's a shortage, a national
Yeah,
shortage.
we're working
right
on
now.
it. They're
Because of you
back ordered.
fucking whoops. Like, you fucking brought it back. I remember, I was like, Jesus Christ, I haven't seen a fucking dirt bag since like 2003. Sorry, Revit.
Oh yeah,
I keep cutting him off.
Max is our manager. He was roommates with Rabi right when the band was starting out. I think maybe pre-Silas or around the time Silas was joined the band. But Max just kept showing up. He'd bring people to the shows. All of a sudden, he's like selling tickets at the door, and then he's like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna order some new shirts for you guys." And we're like, "What?" And then he's got the email password, and he's just like, "But Max is a real hero behind the scenes. He does the emails. He gives us the opportunity to focus on the music. He lets us know where we need to be, figures out where we're staying, all of it. Max is sick,
Max is getting shit done.
Yeah, he is, man. We
but he's
couldn't do it
afraid of the
without him.
dungeon.
Yeah, fuck you, Max. We'll deal with this at the Gloob Hole, buddy.
He's not a dungeon guy.
Nobody is until you come here, okay? And then you feel it, and you're like, oh, yeah, no, I'm fucking confetti, like, vibes. This
We're
checks out.
spelunking in the cave.
Max is awesome. He stays locked in through the entire show and takes pictures, and then we step off stage, and he tries to go find the nitrous tanks and the ball pit, you know.
Fuck
But,
yes. The important stuff. He's dialed in when he needs to. So then you guys did your first album. You start getting these undercard shows. You start playing some stuff. Now let's talk about Portland Rose and the come up of this new album, right? So when did you guys start? Because most of you fucking psychopaths put out your first album. You're like, all right, let's work on the second album. Right? So, like, what was the process for you guys? When did you start writing some of the songs for this new album? And then how did it differ from the process of the first album?
I think we were writing them, like, you know, while we were recording the first album, you know?
There's a couple that we were playing before we even recorded the first album. We
Yeah.
just didn't make it on.
I
That's
think
right.
Cade wrote Gone, 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 like, the week after we recorded the first album. We were like,
And Mountain
should
Train.
we go back in? Like, should we put this on the first record? But
I
we
wrote
waited.
Mountain Train like really early, and we were like, we don't know how to record this, so we didn't record it on the first
And
album.
Lonesome, wasn't that
Lonesome,
really?
we
and
weren't good
Lonesome,
enough
yeah.
at harmonies yet.
We
to
played it at our first
record
show
that.
ever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
like one of the
triple
oldest or-
harmony
We
one?
played Lonesome at our first show ever, yeah.
Dude, that is dope. And so then how did you get better at harmonizing? Was it just playing live and practicing, or what was it that helped you guys lock it in?
Yeah, we're still working on it. It's hard, but I think just like slowly, just keep working on it.
But it also goes back to that trad bluegrass, right? And like really hearing it. So is there somebody that you guys are listening to that you're like, hey, we want to try to hit something like this?
Oh man, I think any of those old trad bands, they all have different stuff. Cade and I do a handful of stuff where it's just the two of us singing harmony. Like I really like Jim and Jesse and like the Louvin brothers and all that. I don't know if we can really do those kind of close harmonies like that, but it's fun to listen to and try and hear the ideas. And then the 3-part stuff, this kind of ties into the second album a little bit, but we met Travis McNamara at Rocky Grass. We were doing the band
T-Mac.
competition.
Coach
Shout out
Trav.
T-Mac.
And after meeting him, he helped us with our Kickstarter with his company Art House, but we met him, did the Kickstarter, and then loved working with him on that. And we wanted to ask him to be the producer for our second album because a lot of these songs were coming together. And we spent a week with Trav at his house doing this pre-production, breaking the songs down, figuring out how they're going to play together on the album. And a big chunk of that time was spent with the three of us, Cade, Silas, and I, and Travis at the piano writing out harmonies. And I feel like that helped us a lot, just learning like how to actually build a harmony, how to sing it, and it's something we're still working on all the time. But
So he was breaking down the songs, then trying to find the parts where you could start to implement some of these harmonies. So where was one of the songs that he injected something in that you didn't have before?
I think most of them, but like Portland Rose, I guess, a good example because we played it for the stream, and that one, like, the harmonies really came together. But before, we were just doing 2-part, I think.
Or we were like struggling on the 3-part, trying to figure it out, and some of it worked, some of it didn't. A lot of it's trial and error. Harmonies, you can't really hide behind them when you're on the wrong note. It's out there. You can hear it.
No, you're ass naked in front of that microphone. You just got to either fucking sit in it or let it ride.
Yeah.
But
It's
that's
scary.
also where fear can dictate you, right? And a lot of bands are afraid to try some of that stuff. But like I told you guys when I heard the triple harmony, just knowing from like Planet Bluegrass and like the competitions, that's the shit that sets these bands above and beyond, right? And so it is pushing yourself and being vulnerable and missing that note. But I can tell you that this dumb fuck and my dumb ass have no fucking clue.
I can't tell.
we
People that can like hear something and know what the note is, that's like a fucking superpower to me. I don't understand that. But I do love it when you're close enough and someone makes a mistake and they lean back from the mic. Fuck, oh, okay, I know he made a mistake. I heard him yell about it. Like, damn it, but I can't tell.
I think we got a lot of these songs tight, actually, because when we were doing our pre-production with Travis, we were also like training for the Telluride band competition, and we were like, we need to get these tight because we know that's like one area that they really judge upon. So
very much so. So then, how was your guys' experience at T-Ride?
It was a blast. It was super fun.
Because there's what?
Hickey?
come on, Matt.
It was awesome, but it was also really stressful.
What did you do, Matt? What fucking happened?
It was just stressful.
Dude, I'm sure that it is, right? Because, like, so you guys, you have to go, you pay to go play on the amateur stage, right? You have to do an instrumental, an original, and what's the third
Instrumental, slow, and a fast.
one? Oh, yeah, it doesn't have to be.
And like bonus points if they're originals.
For sure. So then you guys admitted early on you were a fucking cover band, right? So then what was the 3 songs that you played on that stage?
At a Telluride?
Yep.
That was Telluride was the most recent one. We did that last summer, right? And I think we did Stir Fry Joe for the instrumental. That's on the new record. Ramble and Run, also on the new record. A Waltz that I wrote. And did we do Portland? No.
Gone, 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 maybe.
Oh yeah,
We did Gone, 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 day 2.
Yeah, I think we did.
If you quit?
Oh yeah, it was If You Quit.
If you quit.
Because you guys made it onto the main stage for the next round, right? So it was 15 or 16 bands. You're out in Elkhorn Park in the middle of town. You don't need a fucking ticket. You can just show up and watch these guys absolutely rip. So it's puckering. What was so terrifying about it, Matt? Was it just like the pressure that you put on yourself? Do you feel like it was like, hey, this could be a big springboard for us? Or why do you feel like there was so much pressure?
Yeah, I think that was part of it. It's also like we started working on this stuff like months in advance, and it's like we have one time through. We played these songs so many times, and like the more you do it, the more you start overthinking it. Mm-hmm. And so you've overthought it to the maximum amount you can right before you do it.
Somebody
the time that
get
counts.
fucking Ryan's vape from his mom and give it to Matt, all right? Gotta chill this dude out.
And man, like music being a competition is a tough thing.
It's also fucking stupid.
It's
Can
not
we just
fun.
say that?
Music shouldn't be
Amen, brother.
competition.
It is so fucking stupid when
It
people
really
are
is.
like, oh, this band's better than this band, or I like this music and I can't like this music. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
insane. And so, like,
I like to talk shit though.
no, I believe me, I am a competitive dickhead, okay? I totally, if I want to fucking win, okay? But that's also where it's really hard when you're judging art, right? Because that's what this is. You were saying you're putting months into this. The competition is important because, yes, the opportunities that can come from winning those things is super fucking important. Now, what sucks is, like, we have homies like Magoo were a second place in that competition. And Cortland, their mandolin player, will tell every band, go get second place, don't win. right? Because it gets you enough where you don't have that pressure of having to win, but it got you in front of all these fucking people, right? But like to try to grade someone, because they do it at Rocky Grass and they do it all over the place, right? The fiddle competitions, it's part of it. But how am I subjectively, unless you're like fucking cat scratching, you're like, damn, that's fucking terrible. Like, how am I supposed to say like, oh, that was better than this, right? Because if somebody loves like traditional harmonies, there might be one that really sticks out, right? But if somebody really likes picking or flat picking and that stands out, well, which one's better? And why do we have to say which one's better? And then how does that make you guys feel as the creators to be like, you're good enough for third place, but not first? Like, it's fucking dumb. And I don't know, why do you feel like in our scene, because like there's band competitions all over the place, but I think for bluegrass specifically, there's so much lore in those competitions or those awards. Why?
It's a good question.
IBMA, I'm talking to you. They're mad at me. Let's not do that.
Hey, cut this out. Cut this out.
No, fuck them. No.
No comment.
No, stop. Yes, I don't want to get you in trouble. I will get myself in trouble. I think the problem is because there's a traditional rootedness in because I don't play shit, in your genre, in bluegrass genre, there is so much tradition to it. But I think that the evolution of the last 25 years, and even what started with like Newgrass Revival fucking 40 or 50 years ago, think about Sam Bush and Bill Monroe's relationship until it was, right? Like, he was scorned, just like we talked about Billy Strings. He had an entire fucking speech at the IBMAs talking about not being accepted. So, like, why do we feel like this genre specifically has to, like, grade and score people and be like, no, you get a little too spacey, so we're going to deduct you some points on that one? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I think it's a tough line between, like, keeping the traditions and, like, honoring that, you know, but also, like, pushing the boundary and, like, letting this music kind of breathe and, you know, expand.
And if you think about it like painting, right? Like, there's going to be people who like realism, right? But now if somebody else doesn't come and put their spin on it, then we don't get these different perspectives and different styles of art. So like for you guys as musicians, you came from one place and then you admitted like, hey, we wanted to get more into the trad side of things as well. You're picking up from your experiences, like Rebby's saying, like whether it's jazz or all these different influences, but then how do you find your sound? And now you're on this stage. Now I figured out why you're so fucking scared. Now you're on this stage and you're like, oh, fuck. Okay, we got 3 songs. But you guys did it, and you made it to the next main stage. So then, did you double your stress, or were you so pleased with yourself that you're like, okay, we fucking got there?
Yeah.
We found out that we made the finals, and we were like, yes! Fuck!
We went.
Oh, we gotta go practice.
Yes. Okay, let's go practice. And then we like spent the whole night practicing instead of watching the other bands.
Yeah, we
you know what I
we
mean?
skipped Sam Bush so we could go practice.
But seriously, like I think if we didn't do the comp, we might have learned more from going and watching Sam Bush than going and practicing.
It's like, man, there's you hear these stories. I mean, like Green Sky, you know, they showed up to Telluride. Oh, there was an empty spot in the band competition. They joined. They won. Now
Disney's making a movie about it.
Exactly. But it's not. I don't think winning Telluride or Rocky Grass projects you to fame, and it's certainly not the way that we found our sound. It was going out and playing shows and playing to a bar with 5 people in it, and just going out there and finding our own sound. And there is a magic of being on that main stage at Telluride that I hope to experience again one day. There's a special energy up there, and it is beautiful looking out on that crowd. But it was stressful. It sucked in certain ways.
So then, do you guys have disappointment when you don't win, or are you just fucking happy that it's over?
Oh man, I think personally, and I don't know if it's just because I'm competitive, but I was like very disappointed. But and also like I hold ourselves to like a high standard, you know, and I want us to reach that. But like you said, it's subjective. So
and they also don't tell you. right?
Yeah.
They're not telling you, here's how you scored, here's how you graded, here's your room for improvement, right? You just know.
No shit.
Yeah,
you're
dude,
just-
they don't say dick.
I don't-
And so that's where when I got invited to Rocky Grass, the first thing I fucking ran to was the judges, and I was like, hey, tell me about this. And I remember the year that we went, it was Slay and Stinson ended up winning, and there was a group, the Sullivan Sisters. Dude, those girls, phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
They're great.
Only sang a 2-part harmony. Slay and Stinson, 3-part harmony. That was literally the fucking difference of that competition. And it was like, whoa, what the fuck? I would have never known unless I was being a dickhead pestering these judges. But like for you guys, you don't get to find out that shit. You don't get to know. So then it's just like, hey, cool, you didn't win. And now Kate's like, fuck.
Yeah, these guys had to give me some space for like a couple days after that. I was like, whew.
Well, because it's a lot, right? Because like, and I'm sure if you're competitive, you put a lot of pressure on yourself.
And we just, like Hickey said, we put so much into it. Like, I think we started practicing like 6 months, maybe more. And so it's like we've been putting all this time and energy into this.
And now this is where Shay's going to call it toxic positivity for me. But I think that even by you guys not winning, that 6 months helped dial you guys in so much. And it helped your live shows. So then when you're going and getting in front of people and playing in front of people, although you may not have won the competition at Telluride, you ended up leveling up as a band.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like because you have to do the contest around one single mic, and so we started practicing that because we wanted to do the contest, and
I thought you
figured
did
out
that
that's
for the
pretty
cave.
awesome. We love doing this.
Now
So
we love
every time we
playing.
get a chance,
we love
You're
the
like, in
single
a
mic.
couple years we might be in a cave with a single mic, so.
And we
Gotta
got
get this
accepted into this awesome camp and met so many cool people. And we played a show at O'Bannon's like late night with
Fuck
a
yes.
High Country Hustle Saturday night, and people were stoked, and it was just an amazing experience. And when we found out that we lost, we were like, dang it. Okay, now we can enjoy the festival. And we like finally got to relax.
Max rolls
and
in with the
enjoy
nitrous
ourselves.
tank, and we're just fucking ready to go.
It was a epic spot. If you're gonna lose something, that was an epic spot to lose. Like after the competition, we had some beers. I went to the creek with the High Country guys. We were swimming. We got to go listen to epic music the rest of the day. Go hang out and pick at the camp.
Is
We
that when you
learned a
fucked
ton
up
as a
your toe?
band. Oh, dude, the toe, that was our first tour. When we did a lot of things wrong that tour, and one of them was I kicked a rock sprinting
Broke
across
his
the
toe.
beach, just buck naked. Yeah, long story short.
Wait, we're on a podcast. There's no such thing.
Oh, okay, folks, buckle up.
Yeah.
Okay, first tour, we played in McCall, Idaho to like 6 people. It was awesome. And yeah, it was late night. Silas, we shaved Silas's head for the first time. I was like, you look like a UFC fighter. This is
Never
awesome.
grew back.
Got
And
a
then
great
we were
haircut, by the way. I don't know if anybody's told you that.
Hey, I like yours too.
Thanks, man.
yeah, you,
Settle down over there, boys.
anyway.
That's together later. Don't worry.
Get a room.
Anyway, we decided it'd be a good idea at like 1 a.m. to go jump in this lake, and so
Buck naked.
Hickey,
Let's not forget that part.
yeah,
For the ladies.
yeah, there was ladies there. Anyway, yeah, I was just sprinting across this beach, and I used to be kind of a bigger guy, and so it was like I was huffing, I was moving, and yeah, I kicked this rock really hard, fell down, somersaulted. Hickey jumped over me. There's a full moon out, you know, and so we run
a
all
lot
the way
of
to the
full
end of
moons.
this dock on some private property. We snuck onto the dock, jumped off, but my toe, I'm like, oh no. And those guys swam back to the beach. I hopped out. I'm like naked running back up the dock, run all the way back to the house. And then I was like so upset. My toes just like bleeding, and I was just doom scrolling Instagram reels. Ribby was like, do you want like a snack? I'm going to make some mac and cheese. I was like, no, I don't want anything. I'm sad. I was probably more sad then than after getting 4th place at Telluride.
Certainly.
And you left with a broken toe. What'd they give you? A fucking sticker?
But no, swimming in the creek with the High Country boys and all our homies at Telluride was a more enjoyable experience.
But so then after Telluride, how much longer is it before you guys start getting into the studio with T-Mac?
Just a few months.
Did we do pre-production
Yeah.
before Telluride and then record it after?
Yeah. So Telluride was what, in June?
Yep.
And yeah, we recorded in September.
So then you guys had already had this in the can. So you knew, and maybe that's probably why you were also putting pressure on yourselves, because you know, like, hey, we have this new album coming out. This could really help, whatever it may be. What ended up happening after Telluride? You don't win. Who fucking cares? What was the next step? You had to pick up your shit and go. What'd you guys do?
Just kept playing shows, and just keep trying to work on our sound and improve it.
But then you guys had already recorded the album, right? Or most of it. So then did it question you? Did losing make you guys think like, oh, we need to do something different? Or did you just, my mentality, fuck them, we're going to do it our own way and just keep riding?
Yeah, second option, I'd say.
All the way.
I feel like we, despite getting fourth and despite, like, we had such great feedback from the show we played at O'Bannon's, from our songs that we played in the comp, like, regardless of what happened, like, we had good feedback from the judges. Some of them came and talked to us, and, like, it was kind of like, you know, we might not have won the thing, but it's like, you guys are doing good. Like, just keep your head down, keep rolling.
You're
This
also
is a good thing you're doing.
fucking babies, right? Like, you guys were super young, and to even get that far, and that's obviously what drives you, right? But I think that you have to remind yourself about the beauty of some of the process too. And although it's not always these fucking huge wins every single time, there's wins in every step of that process, right? So now you had T-Mac, you guys started recording this album, it's being produced, it's no more DIY, right? It's big boy shit. The Kickstarter is what helped you guys raise the funds, but now comes everything else, right? So then you guys have been rolling out singles, the album finally came out, you guys are here because you're on fucking tour dates. How have things been going? You're all part of the band.
That's a good sign.
I think it's been going. I think it's been going good.
This is the best it's ever been, and we are loving it. I mean, we have been traveling around, playing shows, spending more time in the van than ever, and I think we're starting to see the fruits of our labor, and people are starting to recognize our name and listen to our songs and want to hear more, come to these shows, look at our set lists, and we're like having to dial in our autographs. We've had to sign some things recently.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Do you keep it legible, or are you just making it real scribbly?
The shirts are hard to sign.
Shirts are hard to sign.
Those ones look real bad.
We've been playing. Okay, we did win one band competition, and it was at the Red Ants Pants Music Festival, and we just played. We opened that festival kind of like they do for Rocky Grass and stuff. We just did that. It was awesome. That's like classic Montana festival. Had a great time there.
You guys had a huge crowd too.
It was so
Yeah,
fun.
great crowd.
Got to see Daniel Donato, Ricky Skaggs. That guy's awesome.
And then we're also
Shiny Ribs. Shiny Ribs.
Shiny Ribs is such a good
You can't
hang.
talk about Ricky Skaggs and not say a single thing about his fucking hair, okay? Dude, the guy's got the best hair in the business. It is insane.
Better than Silas's.
Oh, I'm sorry, Si. That wasn't nice of Ryan.
It's okay.
I'll kick him in the toe.
They're just jealous about how aerodynamic we are.
They're fast.
But so then you guys are getting these opportunities. How has the new album been received? Because I love it. I feel like it shows a lot of your depth. I do say this a lot to our band friends that come and visit us. It's really hard to hear your full sound from just an album, but I think that you guys show so much depth in some of your slow songs, the waltz, the instrumental. You show the different abilities. Are you guys also putting out live recordings of your album or of your shows?
Yeah, I think most of our shows are out on Bandcamp, thanks to Max
out Bandcamp.
Lineberger. We record all of them, and Max puts them out. So
And this is important because how you can support the band is by going and buying that shit, right?
that's right.
And I think that people forget oftentimes it's so easy for me to go on iMusic or Spotify or whatever, when realistically, like, I just spent $12 on coffee, right? Like, I can go buy some live recordings and that actually helps you guys. So where have you seen the most growth? I know you talked about social media and some of that stuff too, but has it been getting into some of these festivals? Is it now venturing out and getting in the van and hitting these tours? Or do you feel like it's a culmination of all those things?
I think it's a culmination of all those things. And also a big one for us has been making connections with other bands. Like Magoo, like we texted Rico, see if he wants to sit in tonight. Sam Walker and Arkansas, Armchair Boogie, Clay Street Unit, all these guys that are kind of doing the same thing that we're doing, touring and trying to meet up with them, play shows. And another big thing that's been happening for us is the Creekside Revival Festival at Pine Creek Lodge that we are hosting this year.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking insane. You guys just played a show up there a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, we
Album release show.
opening weekend. Yeah, Portland Rose album release. End of
Pretty
May.
fucking badass.
It was awesome.
And that whole show is, we had a video done, and you can watch both those sets on YouTube. Check it out if you want to hear what the live sound is all about when you go, just what to expect when you go see a North Fork show.
Well, and that's what it is. And so where can these folks pay attention? How can they see how fun you are on social media? Is there a newsletter that they should sign up for? How do they buy the ultimate Frisbee? Like, what do we need to do? Plug. Max isn't here. Somebody's got to plug. Fucking plug.
Yeah, I mean, we got all those things. We got a newsletter you can sign up for on our website, northforkcrossingband.com. Social media is great. Come to a show, buy merch. We're not really selling it online right now, but that's how we get.
Kate's super exclusive. You can only get this shit if you show up to the show.
Come
Yeah,
to the
that's
show,
right.
buy some merch.
Come to the show.
Make them
Yeah.
sign everything.
We love signing stuff.
Especially
we got-
the shirts. Make them sign the shirts
love
twice.
We got Frisbees, man. We got all kinds of Frisbees. We got white ultimate Frisbees. All kinds.
So many.
But like, it's white. It could be anything you want. All fucking kinds. Well, boys, I can't thank you enough. Make sure to go check out the session. Hear these boys play. Go to northforkcrossingband.com. Stay up to date. Find out where they're playing. If they're not playing in a town near you and they're playing where one of your friends stays, shoot your friend their fucking shows. That's how we help each other grow. It's building the community. Also, let's fork and go. Thanks, boys.
Thank you.
Cody.
You.